Michigan State, 20-5 on the season, 9-16 to the under. They're -3.5 against Purdue. The total here, 148.5. Jesse, how should the people listening to this show bet this game?
Well, it's that time of year, Prez. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty in college basketball, conference tournaments just around the corner. And I'm going to focus on the total in this game. This number looks a little inflated when you really examine the magnitude of this game. These are two of the top teams in the Big Ten. Michigan's in first place. You got Michigan State a game back and Purdue 1.5 games out of first. Purdue coming in off back-to-back losses. I kind of lean Michigan State here if I was going to take this side. But as I mentioned, I'm looking at the total. Purdue has owned Sparty over the recent seasons, winning 9 of the last 10 head-to-head meetings. But let's look at the last 3 games these teams played in East Lansing. A 64-63 game in 2023, 68-65 in 2022, and 55-54 in 2021. And then you're looking at this number of 148.5. Sparty is one of the better defensive teams in the Big Ten. They're only giving up 67.5 points per game. They're at home. I think this is a good spot for Michigan State. I think they'll dictate the pace. I think at this time of year, a Michigan State team that's gone under in 64% of their games this year, 16 of 25 games going under the total. I'll go under 148.5 in this game, Prez.
Jesse Schule likes the under in the Purdue-Michigan State game. Jesse, let's keep the show moving along. Oklahoma on the road. It's the 17th ranked team in the league, and they are plus 13.5 against the Florida team that just steamrolls everybody. Florida just won 4 straight, beat South Carolina 88-67. Before that, they won another game by close to 20. This team can steamroll anyone. They're number 2 in the country. How do you bet a game like this, Jesse, especially given that the 17th best team is such a massive dog?
Well, I guess you don't have to bet a game like this, but if you are going to bet this game, I'm with you, Prez. Florida should steamroll here. Oklahoma is an interesting case study, their first year in the SEC. They won 13 straight games. They were ranked number 12 in the country after going undefeated in non-conference play. During that span, they had 2 wins over ranked teams, one of them being the Michigan Wolverines that we just talked about in the Big Ten, the first place team in the Big Ten. Then they enter SEC play, and they just get steamrolled. 3 wins in 12 games in SEC play so far. And, it's a case study that sort of suggests the SEC is the number 1 conference in the country. You look at this Florida team, you look at their last 4 home wins. They win by 19, 21, 24, and 30. Florida's won 7 of their last 8 overall. And Oklahoma is coming off a devastating home loss in a game that was a very winnable game against LSU, setting them up for a letdown here on the road at Florida. Don't expect much pushback from Oklahoma here. I think Florida should roll, and I think the line of 13.5 is a little short.
Jesse Schule joining us, everyone. Jesse, it's $5 Tuesday. Before we get into the Canada-US finals tomorrow night, what do you have going with the clients?
So my $5 play today will be a 5% NBA play on Thursday's card. I was the number 1 NBA handicapper at WagerTalk in 2024, and I was 12-4, 75% with 5% NBA plays in 2024. So you want to grab that $5 play. I also got a college basketball play, a 4% play available for regular price.